welcome to day 5. We're going to be talking about ways to detoxify the body. So obviously I'm Ashley Black, and so I'm going to tell you fascia blasting is one of the best ways to detox your body, but we're going to incorporate it with a couple of different things. So I thought it would be nice. I think people really misunderstand the lymphatic system. So do we want to just jump in and talk about what that is? And before we even do, it's completely housed in fascia. Got to picture it like a giant jello with cobwebs, and then the lymphatic system is in there. So if your fascia is shit, your lymphatic system is shit. That's the way it is. Okay, take it away, somebody.
What I can say is like the lymphatic system is like the trucks that pick up your garbage in your neighborhood. It's pretty much like that. So they have specific routes, they have their own streets to travel.
Got stations where they drop the garbage. Yeah.
Like recycling stations to drop the big garbage
Right.
items. This is the lymphatic system. It's a separate set of channels similar to vessels where the lympha travels, and the lympha is what's signaling and what's sending information, or what needs to be filtered and what needs to be eliminated. And it, they call the immune system, or the cells that are part of the immune system, to come and, hey, check this out, this is really weird, we picked this up in the liver, we don't know what it is, or this was coming from the cosmetics this lady was putting today, we don't know what it is. So this activates the lymphatic system as well, and it eliminates what does need to be eliminated. Yeah.
Right. It's like the brain of the detoxifying body, right?
Right.
And again, going back to how it's completely housed in fascia, I see that like a traffic jam, So if you send out all the trucks and they're stuck at the bottom of your feet and can't get their way back up, or your fascia is crappy, they're going to take a different route and they're going to go around the cells that they were designated to. So to me, fascia and lymphatic system goes super hand in hand. Jared?
When I was just gonna say, when there is traffic jams, that's when your lymph nodes get big, swollen. So if you have diabetes, which is really common in children, for example, or common.
I know, isn't that awful that we even say that it's common? Oh, God.
And they cut your lymph nodes here inside your throat. Maybe a lot of kids go through that surgery when they're really young, because of the amount of infections they get, or when you get in under your armpits or in
Right,
your
the leg joints. Yeah.
Those things, when they come up, that's the lymphatic system working.
So we're going to go into more details throughout the days, but we all know we're bombarded with all these toxins. So a couple of really quick and easy, simple ways that a lot of us can do to help our body eliminate these things would be, Ashley, you love this. We were at your place the other day. We saw the little trampoline.
Right. So Jordy and I followed exactly the instructions in the book. We bought $100 rebounder. It's in the Amazon store. It has a funny name. It's called a Chloris. I was like, that is a very interesting brand name, but it's a great trampoline. They're small. I like the one that you can hold on to. I don't think I would feel comfortable with my hip replacement bouncing around without a handle. So for anybody that's like maybe less stable, but this is a very cheap thing that you can do and incorporate into your day. It's great exercise, but the bottom line, I think one of the biggest things people don't understand about the lymphatic system is that it is the whole body. And if you're jammed up in one area, then it affects the whole body. And one of the hardest things when we talk about below the heart is that the lymphatic system has to work because it's got to come up from gravity. And that is why jumping is just so good for the lymphatic system, because you're not hitting the floor, you're hitting that trampoline, and it's flushing the lymphatic in a way that it comes back up to where it needs to go. And you only have to do it for a couple of minutes. It's a few sessions of a couple of minutes. By the way, the first time you do it, 2 minutes feels like an hour and a half. My legs were like fried and burning. And it's like, I obviously am not accessing my muscles in this way. So I think it's like a 2-for-1. I think that you're doing things that in our ancestors, it used to be part of our life. We used to run and jump out of trees and everything else we did. Also barefoot. And now we just, we have on our shoes and we don't jump. Once I started jumping, I was like, when the hell was the last time I jumped?
Yeah.
Now I do it every Sunday at ecstatic dance, when the drums come on. But anyway, I think it's something that, like, even if we have somebody here who's much, much older, this is a great thing to do. And all the people that are doing lymphatic bourgeois and whatever for beauty, this would actually be more effective. Because it gets the lymphatic system working as a whole.
So we got rebounding.
And also all type of exercise will definitely help. That's
All
why
type of exercise.
it is extremely important that if at this point of your life you haven't heard, which I highly doubt, that you have to do exercise somehow, some sort of activity, this is the moment to start.
Right.
Sauna and
all day long. We need to be up and moving around.
yes. And the other thing that is highly, highly effective is the sauna that you always talk about, and actually sweating.
Need to sweat. Okay. So if you get it from your exercise, that's great. But I have to tell you, I have been in the States for a week and every gym that I've been in is freezing cold. It's like we've turned on the air conditioning. I even tried to sit on an exercise bike and it was blowing a fan on me. I'm like, what do we have against sweating? This is why. So anyone who is not ready to invest in a sauna, I put in the Amazon store everything from like $100 little like blow up one all the way up to my expensive one. It's like $8,000. I was in it this morning. It's amazing, but we need to start sweating. And the thing that's just so incredible about any type of a sauna, infrared is better, is that we're actually able to pull the toxins out through the skin. And the book goes really in detail, but a lot of them can come out this way. So if you're doing it with the nutrition for the inside, and then these are more your surface toxins that are now in your lymphatic system, I think the key is you got to get in there for almost an hour. I even saw a great little podcast later with Raymond Francis, and he was saying that he does an hour 2 or 3 times a week. So you'll see that on your daily, everybody, that we've built that in. And if you want to go the cheapest possible route, we have a sauna suit that you would just put on like sweats underneath. And then it's like old school, like wrestling. And you just buy a giant one. It doesn't matter what it looks like. And you can really work up a good sweat, just cleaning your house or turn on the heater. I know people have done heating a small room and doing some basic movement in it. So I just think we all, as part of this year's program, need to understand how important it is to, number one, sweat. And number 2, immediately afterwards, you need to rinse all of that off with a good natural soap. I am the most guilty person about getting in the sauna and then like jumping into work with the sweat still on me. And it's like, it's reabsorbing, Ashley.
And if you think about it, all main ancient cultures all over the world, they all had some sort of structure where community was able to go in and sweat, because these were healing stations. You can find them all over the world. They understood the importance of detoxifying in this way. If you're one of those persons that you're not able to sweat, because I've heard this also, I just don't sweat. I'm not able to sweat. I never sweat. It's like, this is so unnatural that you have to bring that into balance once again. It's a natural function of the body. And if you don't sweat, then you have to consider finding a sauna or finding a facility that has a sauna or getting your own sauna or something. But you have to start sweating, because this is what's natural.
Day 5, getting rid of some of these toxins, sweating, rebounding are just a couple ideas. Maybe you have others that you've come across that work for you. Comment. We'd love to hear and see some of those.
You mean hot tub? But I will tell you, even in a hot tub, you're not going to sweat as much because you're in the water. Exactly.
And then
All right.
also,
So hopefully we'll hear some interesting things that people do. I know right when Fascia Blaster came out, people were, building stuff in their broom closet, and I'm all for it. Do you boo boo? One way I just want to wrap up today is just to say that the most effective way that you could detox would be to fascia blast in the sauna.
Mm-hmm.
because you're pulling it out of deeper tissues and not just those surface tissues. Okay,
And then
day 6.
Okay.
What's up? What's day 6?
Day
Day
6.
6 is detox your home and cosmetics.
Wow, you definitely
I
want to.
know. I've had to lay down my Christian Dior foundation. I'm not happy about it, but we will talk about all of that. When you look at it like, wow, I am putting chemicals on through my skin, it changes things and what you breathe and whatnot. So this is a big change that Jordy and I both have made this year, and it makes a big difference. So we're going to talk about all those things in the environment on day 6. So we'll see you guys there.
See you tomorrow.
See ya tomorrow.